Help me, ducks. How are we doing? I just had to smile because I just saw Becca saying, ready, duck egg. Lovely to see you, Becca. Yeah, how is everybody? How's everybody doing? I'm really pissed off. Put this jumper on and look, I've spilled hot wax blowing out a candle to move because I've just set up for the live. Yeah, and I'd done a video which just went up of the pie of Panda, the I Ching deck. And so I'd got my candles, everything lit, and I've been looking at the cards, and then I started to set up ready for this, picked the candle up to blow it, and hot wax down me. Oh well. So I'm not going to keep picking at it. I've got to concentrate. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm going to do the quick hellos. Let me open the chat on here before it gets too busy. So first one in was Rob. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Closely followed by the lovely Caroline. Hi, Caroline. And then we've got Celia. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank you. I'm still a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, a little bit nasally, but compared to last Saturday, I was completely bunged up. You know, you've got when you get that head cold. And I debated all afternoon thinking, shall I do a live? Shall I go live? And then I just thought, no, it's not, it won't be pleasant. It won't be pleasant for you lot. But thank you for asking, Celia. And we've got Inked Raven Tarot, formerly known as Inked Witchy Tarot, formerly known as Inked Witchy Girl. So I like that, Inked Raven Tarot. So welcome. And we have Sandra. Hi, Sandra. And Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah. We have Vanessa watching, listening whilst I get ready to go to the Lunar Festival. That sounds fun. Enjoy. We've got Twigger. Hi, Twigger. And Abracadabra. Nice to see you again. It's been a while. It's lovely to see you. And our Becca's here. Becca's started doing regular lives again. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is it Fridays and Sundays you're going to be doing your lives? So that was a nice surprise last night to come home and see Becca live. And we've got Elspeth. And who else have we got that I've not already said? Our Chris. Hey, Chris. How you doing? We've got Raven Pegasus. Nice to see you. And Petra, all the way from Croatia. Croatia always looks so beautiful. Really beautiful country from the pictures and programs that I've seen. Really, really lovely. Railway Cat, hello. And Mia, hi Mia. We've got Brian. Hello, Brian from Guncle Tarot. Squeaked in under the wire. We've got Golden, lovely to see you. We've got Robin. Hey, Robin. We've got Lola Faye. I'm having a cup of tea. I've got a cup of tea as well. Malamia, nice to see you. And we've got Cheryl from Oneness Emporium. Love to see you, Cheryl. We've also got Saskia and Suzanne and Vanessa, Karina. So many lovely people here. Kim and Crowquill. Hello, Sarah, Susan. Nearly said Sarah there because I just saw Sarah above. Nice to see you. We've got Raven Song and Joe. Our lovely Kim's here. Hi, Kim. Yeah, so I feel like I'm amongst friends. So I don't know if the eagle-eyed amongst you that was in the room, just before I go live, I always say, are we ready? And I've got a little cuppa emoji. The cup of tea this time was a bowl of tea because it's Chinese New Year, everyone. For those who celebrate it. So I've got my steaming mug of tea. I may as well just throw everything down me today, and to go with the hot wax. Yeah. So happy Chinese New Year. I think, is it Year of the Dragon? I think we're going into. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. So that was the year. You'll be a dog as well, Becca. I'm not calling you a dog, but you were born 2 months after me, so you must be a dog. But I think it's the Year of the Dragon. And in honor of Chinese New Year, I've also, I've just got to finish it off, started cooking a Slim and World version of sweet and sour meatballs. Only it's Quorn, because Quorn meatballs are totally sin-free. And I've made it with passata puree. I've got the onions, the peppers, the mushrooms, the garlic, chicken stock. But then you finish it off by putting Fanta in. So it's a variant of the Diet Cola chicken, which is quite a popular meal in Slimming World. But if you substitute the Diet Cola for, it has to be 0 sugar, of course, Fanta, and you cook it and condense it down, it becomes like a sticky, like a sweet and sour sauce. So it's almost done, but because I've got to cook some rice after my live, I'll finish it off and get that sticky consistency. So I'm fully embracing the dragon. Bring on the dragon. Yeah, and I bought this years ago from the Chinese supermarket that we've got in Nottingham. I really like it, and it does keep your tea really warm because it has this lid. So this was made about, is it 10 past yet? Nearly 10, so nearly half an hour ago. I made it at 22, and it's piping hot. So yeah, really, really nice. And I like the design on it as well. It's a huge mug, as you can see, if I put it next to my head, because my head is huge. It's a huge mug of tea. So let's see what we're saying. Where do we get up to? Happy Lunar Year for those who celebrate it. Year of the Dragon. Yes, so Mia's Moon Magic says that it's Year of Dragon. I thought it was. Carolyn's got a cuppa of hazelnut coffee ready to go. Sounds nice. Yes, this year is the Wood Dragon. Wood Dragon, I think. Saskia's a dragon. Sandra's a rat. I love those Shazat. I'm a rat. Year of the Wood Dragon. Where's this wood part come from? I wasn't aware of that. Chris says, yep, Year of the Dragon. I was born in the Year of the Dragon. Oh, wow. And then Robin says, oh, then I should probably grab some oolong. Yeah, get it brewed, Robin. Becca, all right, Simon. Is that me referring to you as a dog? Dogs, though, we all love our dogs, don't we? Vanessa's a water ox. Chris, ever stirring that pot, says, oh, shots fired, Simon. Imagine calling Becca a dog. Vanessa says, I spent 37 years thinking I was a tiger, but I was born in January and turns out I'm an ox. How do you feel about that? Because, of course, yeah, it's February, isn't it? The Chinese New Year. So, and people always say, well, what year was you born? And you say the year and they'll say, oh, you're like 1970, a dog. But of course, if you're born in 1970, the January of 1970, then you're not going to be. Elspeth is a dragon too. Redwing says it's also Losar, the Tibetan New Year. That's interesting. That sounds very nice, Simon. What would I? Oh yes, the tea. Right. Not that you're a rat. We said you're a rat. Star and Flurry says, good day, everyone. Hi, Simon. Hello, Star and Flurry. Lovely to see you. Becca's playing into Chris is stirring. Yes, isn't it terrible, Chris? Fanta looks way different in the States. Well, this is just an individual bottle. You know, the what would you call them? You know, like when you get a meal deal and you get like a sandwich, some crisps, if you're in America, chips, and a drink. You either get a can or a bottle. 330 ml. I know you guys don't do mils, you do ounces, don't you? And 500 ml. Now, years ago, when I used to work for Moto, it was Granada then, on the motorway services in the shops, you didn't have these. You had 500 ml tins at cans. Can anybody in the States, in the UK, remember that? So you'd get a can of, say, Pepsi, but you'd get a 500 ml can of Pepsi, which was taller. And then they got rid of them and brought them out in bottles because people were saying that they couldn't finish a whole can. And once you've ripped that, you know, can open, that's it, innit? You've got to drink it or it goes flat. So they replaced the 500 ml cans with these bottles. So, and you only have to put 330 mils of this into the dish that I'm preparing. So I've got that bit left over that I can drink later. What is September? What is September? I'm not sure. I follow Railway Cat. Hello, Trisha. I love a mug with a lid, says Robin. So Elspeth, this year you must be turning a multiple of 12 too. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. I turned 36 because of the Chinese zodiac. I'm with you. I'm the previous one. Becca says, slag is fine, Chris, but dog is another level. But you are a dog. I'm a dog. I did prefix calling you a dog by saying I'm also a dog. Oh, that's nice. Lola Faye says, always love a cup of jasmine tea. But now I have ginger orange with vanilla. That sounds nice. Ginger orange with vanilla. Good morning, Tamaya. Nice to see you. Do you know, it's really lovely. Just saw Tamaya come in there. Never misses. It's really lovely when I come on here and connect each Saturday. I know I've said it multiple times before. It's lovely to see new names in the chat and you think, oh, you know, there's new people coming. But it's always lovely as well, like Caroline and Tamaya, all these people, and Kim and so many others that have been coming for all these years. It's my channelversary next month. And it's 7 years of being on YouTube. It's unbelievable. Mugs with lids are the best. Might go to the procession in Soho tomorrow. Oh, golden. That would be so cool. I didn't realise you was a Londoner. Don't know why I thought you was from the States. Or is there Soho in the States? Is there a Soho in New York? Have to let us know if you're here or there. Here or there. You're going to answer with, I'm here. So Elspeth said, but I only just made it into the Dragon Year by 2 days. Otherwise, I'd have been a snake. Railway Cat's about to edge their deck. What deck are you edging, Railway Cat? Let us know which one. And Caroline is so excited. Just receive a Lataro Aetherian on pre-order Tarot of Echoes. I love everything Arnatorian. Me too. I've got a little here now. This could be. I've got one half is Baba Studios. It's hidden behind Demdike, called Demdike. But the other side is all my Arnatorian decks. Got them all in one place. Kala, hello Satan. I'm a rat too, a metal rat. A metal rat. So we've got wood dragon and metal rat. This is a whole new level that I need to do some research into. But hello, Calla. It's lovely to see you here. Calla, guess who's ordered a new fountain pen? Malamir says, in Chinese zodiac, all years have an element and an animal. Didn't know that. So that's interesting. Cheryl is the same. Year of the dog. Big up the dogs. That's what I say. Oh, Rich is here. Hi, Richie. He says, hi, Simon. Hello, everyone. Just had a Chinese takeaway to celebrate the Lunar New Year. I'm a pig. That's my sign. Is added in brackets just in case we wasn't sure where he was going with that. I was just saying, Richie, I've started cooking. I've just got about 15 minutes to finish off a Slim and World version of sweet and sour balls. So I'm looking forward to that later. Golden Witch Soho. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Lola is a snake. Sarah is a rabbit. Trisha is a horse. Got a full gambit here. Calla says, hi, Sandra, my fellow rat. Rats rule. Carol, hello to you. Tamaya is a dog as well. Big up the dogs. Abracadabra is a monkey. That's a cool one to be, isn't it? A monkey. Robin says, come to think of it, I had leftover cold sesame noodles for breakfast this morning. Oh, that's nice. Chris says, haha, Becca, do you have a year of the slag? Every year is a year of the slag. If they do, I think it must have been when I was really born. What are you saying, Chris? For those of you who've not been perhaps around a few years and wondering why we're using the term slag, is because going back, gosh, 2018. So what's that? 6 years. First time I met, no, not the first time I met. First time I went down to see Becca. First time I met Becca when she came here to stay in the Hermit's Cave. First time I met Becca down, I've done it again. First time I went to see Becca, we went on a tour of Oxford Jail, which is an old castle. And we kind of gate crashed this tour that was happening. And we got this look and we uttered the word slag. That needs a story before it, I've just realized. I'm not going to mention the channel, but we used to get trolled quite a bit in TarotTube. We don't seem to anymore. Not that I'm bothered anyway. I've got mods here that would sort it, but we used to get trolled quite a bit. And they used to be really quite creative. So they'd say things like, turn away from the tarot and turn to Jesus, otherwise you're going to spend an eternity in hell and all this, or just, you look like a lizard, just, all these kind of things. And this particular night, the first time I met Becca, she came to the Hermit's Cave. We sat watching a YouTuber on the big TV, and we'd got our devices in front of us so we could keep up with the chat. And this troll come in on this person's channel and just put slag. we just fell about laughing because it's like the most unimaginative thing, just slag. And it kind of became our catchphrase. So yeah, so then when we went on this tour of the jail, when I went down to see Becca a couple of months later, we kind of got rebuked for walking in front of this tour guide. And as we walked away, or sort of like, whatever, slag. You had to have been there, I think. So it kind of stuck. Honestly, an ox makes more sense for me, says Vanessa. Earth dog here, says Brian. So I need to know now then what element I am, because I just always said, well, I'm a dog. So if anybody knows in chat what my element is, so 1970 October, year of the dog, but Rowie Cat is a tiger. Inked Raven Tarot says, looks like I'm a horse. I love that people are just finding out for the first time what Chinese zodiac they are. Loving your mug, Simon. Yeah, I was just explaining about it. I bought it from, it's not new. I've had it quite a few years now, maybe 10 years or more, with a lid. And it was from the Chinese supermarket down in the city below. It's no longer there now, actually. There's a smaller one, the other side of the city, but it used to be called Hanson's, and it was wonderful. You have two Vanessas on your chat, Simon. Do I? Where's the other Vanessa? Oh, Vanessa Sullivan, of course. And you're both Vanessa S. Raven Song is a rabbit. Twigger is a tiger. Alfanta is like bright neon orange. Really? Yeah, no, ours is like a yellowy colour. It actually looks darker than it is on camera because I can actually kind of see through this at the bottom. But our lemonade is clear. I know I remember getting lemonade when I was in the States and it's cloudy, but ours is see-through like water, our lemonade. I still use those big cans once in a blue moon, but only in gas stations. Wow. A dish you're preparing with Fanta? Yes. Yeah, it's the Diet Cola version, but substituting the cola for Fanta to give you like a sweet and sour taste. It's lovely because it condenses down and it makes it quite sticky. Love a mug of PG Tips. Can't get it here in the States, but through Amazon. Yeah, PG Tips is the one I've got at the minute in the cupboard. I usually have Yorkshire tea, but at work, they have PG Tips. And I started drinking it. I was thinking, actually, this is really nice. So I've switched to PG Tips. If I'm not drinking Lady Grey or Earl Grey or chai. I love chai. Fanta in the US doesn't even have real juice like in the UK. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Some of the, can you remember Sunny D? Sunny Delight, and it became Sunny D. I don't think you can get that anymore in the UK. I think it got banned because it was so full of additives and chemicals and all that kind of stuff. But that was everywhere when I was in the States. I love being a dog, says Cheryl. You're a duck egg dog. Vanessa's a wood ox. A duck egg dog. Kim says, not sure what sign. I was born in September. Yeah, or I mean, you could just pop it into Google, just put your date of birth in, and that's what Chinese zodiac sign you are. I'm a horse, but they never felt like it fit. Iced water. England. Oh, Golden, you're in England. So it's Soho in London. How cool. Yes, there's a Soho in New York City. I thought there was. Thank you, Calla and Robin. And Druidcraft is what's being edged. And that's a good one to edge. I love my Druidcraft. I've got 3 versions now. The completely naked one, which has nothing but the image. The one where I've trimmed it and you've just got the title at the bottom, and then the untouched one. And all 3 are by different publishers. Each zodiac sign associated with an element. I'm a water tiger. So, I mean, yes, there is a Soho in Manhattan. How cool. I wonder if it's got the same vibe as our Soho. Is it quite bohemian, quite... It used to have a reputation for being quite seedy. That was just because the kind of sex shops are there. A lot of sex shops are there. But it's very alternative. I actually love Soho. When I went down to London in July, we went to Soho and we sat outside on the street and had a drink. And yeah, there's a lovely kind of energy to Soho. Hello, Stephanie. Nice to see you. How are you doing? September 1961. I got Arthurian for my birthday a few weeks ago. It's a beautiful deck, isn't it? Who could it be? Satan? Or was that, am I that far back? Is that when I was talking about buying a fountain pen? It's not an expensive fountain pen at all, but yeah, it's just like one of the limited edition Lamy ones. But I thought, oh, that looks quite nice, and I've had it engraved. I'm hanging in there. Oh, have you been poorly, Stephanie? Sorry to hear about your lovely Audrey. I might have missed something. Oh, it's hard when you lose animals. Oh, I'm sorry that you've lost a pet. Really sorry to hear that. I thought I was a dog, but it turns out I'm an earth rooster. Wow. I'm a rabbit. I'm a water snake. We got a mugshot too. We did. In fact, I've still got it on the side of the fridge. Bear with. This will be a blast from the past. This is our mugshot when we was arrested for calling people slags. Barbara, hello. Nice to see you. My daughter went out with her friends in Chinatown in London to celebrate the new year. I went there too this past November. We walked through Chinatown because obviously, like I said, we went to Soho and it's next to it, isn't it? And we walked through Chinatown, made our way to Trafalgar Square, down the mall, because the friend I went with, Tony, who's very often in, and he could have even, I haven't even looked at that chat. He could have been saying hello in the Hermit's Cave. If you are Tony, sorry if I've missed you, but he'd not been to London, I think he said, for about 20 years. So we did the touristy stuff, which was fun. I forget the trolls used to come in all the time. Sexy Time or something. Becca's chuckling out loud. Was that when I recounted the slag tale? Dog is the 1970 Chinese zodiac sign, and according to the Chinese 5 elements, metal is the element of that year. So I'm a metal dog. Cool. And then Chris has confirmed metal dog, Simon. There you are. I'll have to look up what that means. Print it off for me boss. This is I kind of neglected this. So I bought this, gosh, a couple of Christmases ago now. And it's lovely, and it's got my initials embossed in the bottom, and it's my book of shadows. So obviously this is like the witch's alphabet, but there's all sorts of stuff in there that are things that, you know, I find interesting. And every so often, because I'm not creative, I'm not, well, I'm saying creative, I'm not artistic. I don't like, you know, somebody like Giselle from Mad Witch, who can just sit down and turn her hand to like anything and make some beautiful pieces. I just tend to, if I see something like reading about the metal dog, I'll kind of print it out and then pop it in there, and I've got a build up of stuff that's kind of important to me. Simon, we are the metal dog. We were born in 1970. So you're born the same year as me. Did I know that? I thought you was much younger than me, Cheryl. We're born the same year. Wow. Same as Becca. Hello, Anne. You're a metal dog. You're all telling me now. 1970 metal dog, Simon. You can get PG tips at the World Market. Robin says, I just bought Sunny D the other day and it is so sweet. It tastes like Tang. Just sugar with a bit of orange food colouring. That's exactly what it is, isn't it? And that's what reminded me when somebody said that their Fanta kind of glows. It's like luminescent. That colouring of Sunny D was just like, I don't know, something that's been made in a science laboratory. What tea have you got? I've got the pine needle tea that was sent to me a couple of weeks ago, and it's really nice. I've had to add sweetener. I know lots of people don't agree with sweetener, but I was having honey with it, but now I'm kind of focusing on plan. I'm not having honey, so it has got a sweetener in it. Soho here used to just be like art galleries. Oh, cool. Nothing in America has the same vibe. I used to watch, well, I still watch a lot of American reaction videos. Do you see them on YouTube where particularly Americans reacting to British stuff? I really like them because I learn things as well, because they'll do something that's like, I don't know, Battersea Power Station and what they've just done with that, and the lift, and I'm like, oh, next time I go to London, I've got to check that out. But they'll react to things, and there's one guy I've had to stop and unsubscribe to him because he clicks the pause button all the while, and it's excessive. I like to see their reactions. I don't mind the odd pausing to say something, but you get like 3 seconds and he's pausing all the time. But he always used to say, America. Here in America. Just doesn't pronounce. Oh, how do I get rid of that pinned message as well? Unpin. There we go. That was annoying. Yeah, here in America. We miss our feet trolls. Those were the days. Where have the trolls gone? I mean, where have they gone? I'm only 4'11", Trisha. Yeah, our Becca, Diddy. Mind you, so's Kelly. She won't mind me saying Kelly Bear, my friend Kelly Bear. When I first met, same with Becca, when I first met Kelly, I was, because you never get a sense, do you, when you're watching people on YouTube of like how tall they're going to be, because usually we're sat down. And yeah, I was just like, oh, gosh, tiny. I remember when I talked earlier about working on the motorway, because it was the M1, which is the main motorway through England, really. It goes from London to Leeds. That's why it's called the M1. But we used to get a lot of famous people coming. And yeah, that it always used to amaze me how tiny some people were. I remember meeting Roxette. May she rest in peace. Tiny. Stephen Gately was with Ronan Keaton once. Tiny. I was like, gosh. Heather Small literally is very small. And Angel Clairvoyant UK. Hello, I'm UK. Well, welcome, Angel Clairvoyant. People don't agree with sweetener. What's up with it? Because it's got a chemical in called aspartame. 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 I don't know if I'm even saying it right, but yeah, it's a chemical sweetener, isn't it? And yeah, people are saying it's not good to kind of have that in your system. But I used to watch Brits reacting to American stuff all the time. Isn't that interesting? I've never even seen those ones, but JPS is a good one to watch. And I like Steve, and his wife and daughter. They're really cool. What's he called? I think it's called Reacting to My Roots, because he's done his DNA and he's from England and Ireland. And so he does Reacting to My Roots, I think his channel's called, Steve. Really down to earth bloke, but I really enjoy. And they have things sent over. So they tried Marmite for the first time about a month ago, and they were like, ugh! It really made me chuckle. Oh, it's jumping. I must be slowing. Hello, Deanne. Nice to see you. You can't have too many llamas. I splurged and trying out Platinum 3776. Wow. I've got quite a lot of llamas though. But I've started buying a few extra nibs in broad, because Lami's medium is perhaps like what my Bennu fine nibs would be. And I find that when I'm writing with a Bennu, the medium nib is quite generous. So I've started buying a few broad nibs to put onto my Lamy pens. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying them. So the one I bought is, I think it's like it's an all-star, so it's not an expensive pen. And it's a limited edition one that's got like a metallic lilac. So I brought Beryl ink. And I've had it engraved as well. So that should come Monday, I think. There's a channel called, it's JPS. Yes, that's him. Yeah, and he's been over to the UK last 2 summers, and I've been watching him for a couple of years. Wow, we both watch the same channel. Have you seen him reacting to all the Queen stuff? That's amazing. He literally like is blown away by Freddie Mercury's voice. Somebody to Love. That's a great reaction video with JPS. And of course Bohemian Rhapsody, Killer Queen, all them is like. And then he got kind of obsessed about 18 months ago, just reacting to Queen stuff. Miss Taro D, how are you? I am having a wonderful weekend, thank you. Some of the British students did not like pecan pie. Wow. Pecan pie. I have had pecan pie. I have had it. I had it in the States, yes. Haven't the nibs changed on the original Army? Put off buying one recently. Not that I'm aware of. It changed in what sense? I think Kelly's a little bit taller, but not much. I thought she was about the same. I thought she was 4'11". She may be 5. She might be perhaps dead on 5 foot, but oh my God, Simon, Becca's 2 foot shorter than you. That's impressive. Is she? I'm not 6'11". From London to Leeds sounds like a book of poetry. I'm knee-high to a grasshopper. That's an old saying, isn't it? Callow's 5'3". Becca makes me feel quite tall. Aspartame is really bad for the liver. Yeah. I can't drink tea or coffee unsweetened. Somebody challenged me once and said, if you can do it for 2 weeks, you'll never go back to putting any sort of sugar or sweetener in your drink. So I thought, well, I like a challenge. So I did it. Most miserable 2 weeks. So I couldn't, and I had to go straight back. Oh, Stephen Gately. Has anyone seen Rona speaking at his funeral? Heartbreaking. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. It was so sad when he passed away. So young. I heard one time the average height of a male actor is 5'8". Wow. The milk here in America is banned in like 30 countries. Yeah, and it's not white, is it? It's like a cream color. That was on Reacting to My Roots. There was somebody going around Waitrose and they were like, look how white their milk is. It's like, what color would milk be? And then there's like, how do they get it that white? What do they add? And eggs. In America, your eggs have to be refrigerated in the stores. Ours are just on the shelves. They're not in a fridge. In fact, they tell us not to put them in fridges. I put mine in a fridge because I've got a little egg thing, and it doesn't affect it. But yeah, in America, they don't have eggs on the shelf. Do you live in Scotland, Stephanie? Have I made that up? Yeah, Stephanie's not from Scotland. Chris is up in Scotland. And David, so I think I saw David pop in earlier. I think he's in Scotland. Oops, I can't do math. That's all right. Sandra's 5'3". Try fructose instead, natural fruit sugar. I'll just need to find out how. I know it sounds daft, but I need to find out if it's got any sins. Because I ain't wasting all my sins on a sugar substitute. You have to eat so much aspartame to hurt you. It's probably fine in your tea, Simon. All chemicals may me AVIBD, gut flares. Oh, irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, do you call it IBD? Over here, it's IBS. If it's the same thing, we call it irritable bowel syndrome. It might be irritable bowel disease there. I love Freddie Mercury. I couldn't believe that if he was still alive, he'd be 77 years old now. He was a legend. He really was. He really was a legend. Still, one of my fondest memories ever is that Queen at Wembley concert. Amazing. I drink coffee with sugar sweetener, but tea with just milk. So when you have your coffee, then do you put like one sweetener, one sugar when you put sugar sweetener, or do you mean either sugar or sweetener? I managed to give up sugar, but it took about 12 months. See, I don't have sugar at all. Sugar is not part of my diet. That's why sweetener is, but yes, I'm in the deepest, darkest Aberdeenshire. I thought it was in Scotland. Aberdeen. Never been up to Aberdeen. Mind you, I've not been. I've only been to Edinburgh. Really, your eggs are not refrigerated. Wow, that's a big change from the US. Yeah, they're just on a shelf. And then I remember seeing a program once over here that was saying people that put their eggs in the fridge, they really shouldn't do that. So you don't have to. And some kitchens have like an egg rack that you just put on the side in the kitchen. You can put your eggs around it. I've just got a little one in the fridge. Or you can get a chicken, like a pottery chicken, that you take the lid off. So the upper part of the chicken, you can put your eggs in there and put the lid back on. So yeah, but never ever refrigerated in the shops or supermarkets. Wait, how is milk banned? What do they do to it? Eggs have to do with some kind of coating. If they're fresh and haven't been treated, they don't have to go in a fridge. Maple syrup is my sweetener of choice. That sounds nice. Carly Simon was 82 yesterday. Wow. So how old's Warren Beatty? Because Carly Simon's song "You're So Vain" was about Warren Beatty, wasn't it? After she dated him. I mean, who hasn't dated Warren Beatty? I've not dated Warren Beatty, just to say, but who hasn't? Our chickens are vaccinated against salmonella. I take my coffee and tea of any sort without anything in it. Occasionally on a weekend, I'll add Baileys to my coffee. You rebel, Malamia. You rebel. Took me a year to enjoy hot drinks again, and I gave up sugar, but it was worth it. Healthier and helps with weight control, but hard to do. Vanessa says, I love pot noodles in the UK. But yeah, they're bad. They're really bad. Can't have pot noodles on Slimming World. But yeah, they're kind of like lots of people have them as quite like on for a lunch break and stuff like that, but they're not great for you. Xander says hello from Ginginny in California. Was that your channel name? Ginginny. It always reminds me of the David Bowie song. The Ginginny lives on his back. I love sugar. Have a cookie. IBS is irritable bowel disease. Yeah. Oh, IBD is inflammatory bowel disease. Crohn's and ulcerative colitis are forms of IBD. Dear. Yeah, my sister has IBS, and it's really debilitating. She's got it quite bad. So she has to think of everything, and if she goes out anywhere, and what's that stuff they put in the food? MSG, is it? Just plays havoc. You're not missing much. I thought it was quite lovely up in Aberdeenshire. So I heard. I don't refrigerate eggs, says Susan, but they're fresh farm eggs. I'm in a rural area. He's ancient. Is that Warren Beatty? I love looking at little blue cartons of fancy eggs in the shop here in the UK. The eggs are lovely pastel colours too. Bit expensive but pretty. I know exactly which ones you mean. Have we got a troll? Oh no. Held for review by Becca Tara Night Owl. I thought, having said that, we've got a troll. Warren is 86. Wow. Oh, Xander says Warren used to date me ex. He's a hoe. I'm not sure if that's a troll comment or not. I'm not sure. I don't think it is, but I haven't had sugar in years. Can't handle artificial sweeteners. Wow. Vanessa says, during the summer where I am, we get up to 54 C, 128 Fahrenheit. I still work in Fahrenheit. It's my age. I put baking sheet with cookers in the car and it baked it. And I've even put an egg on a pan and fried under the sun. Wow. Oh, Twigger, happy birthday. Twigger was 50 yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday. Remember when Warren dated Madonna? What a hot mess that was. Yeah, well, in the film In Bed with Madonna. Oh, no, it's not called that in the States. I can't think what it's called. But the 1990 film of the Blonde Ambition tour, which I was lucky enough to go and see, first time I saw Madonna, She did this rockumentary, black and white footage, color for the show. Truth or Dare, it was called in the States. Over here, it was called In Bed with Madonna. Warren Beatty is in the film a lot because it was around the time she was filming Dick Tracy and started dating him. And he really objected to being on camera. And he really didn't like the fact that she was constantly on camera. She was trying to say, well, you know, this is what we're doing. We're filming my life. We're filming the show. And you could just tell it wasn't going to last. Shirley MacLaine is 89. Yeah, Shirley MacLaine. That's his sister, isn't it? And isn't she like a clairvoyant, or I know she's a spiritual person, but I seem to remember reading an article about her once. I'm sure she's like a medium. Her sister, Shirley MacLaine, is 89. Yeah, you did say sister. That's okay. Once voice to text sent a message saying, I'm so horny, to an instructor. The worst thing I've done is with a friend, I sent a message regarding another person, but I sent it to that person rather than my friend. Oh, I could still feel the embarrassment. And as soon as I realised what I'd done, I couldn't stop it. And you can't take back a text. Oh, I'm reliving it now. Let's see. Love Shirley MacLaine. Just looking for comments because we'll move on. I've been nearly an hour just chat. I mean, it's been great. It's nice sometimes just to have a chat, isn't it, without it being about anything in particular. Truth or Dare for Madge. Sex was the book, Robin, that I queued from 4 o'clock in the morning to get a copy of, because there's only going to be 100 copies in this particular store. And it was the second time I'd done it, because when they released on VHS back then the film A League of Their Own that Madonna was in with Rosie O'Donnell and Tom Hanks and Gina Davis, they was giving away baseballs, and again they only had not even 100 that time. There was something like 25 signed by the cast, and I was like, I've got to get a baseball that Madonna has signed. I mean, I was like 21 then, 21, 22, and I queued most of the night for that one, and I got one. I've still got it. Yeah, but I can remember getting to the store about 4 a.m. and there was already about 20 people in front of me, and I was like, I hope they only buy one each. I hope they only buy one each. And I got one. I worked with a nutritionist several years ago. I was talking about digestion. Chris says, Cheryl, can you write me a nutrition plan that makes me one of the skinny bitches? That's all I want. Experimenting, Simon. Exciting times for me here in the desert. Experimenting. Not sure what you're experimenting with. Cheryl says, Chris, I would, but I know you would never stick to it. Burn. Wow, Vanessa lost 200 plus pounds in 2 years, kept it off, and then ate like I was having a whole litter of babies when I was pregnant. got to get back on the wagon. It's so hard to get back on the wagon, though, isn't it? Has anyone seen the trailer for an upcoming film? Tarot, yes. So was it your chat, Becca, the other night, where somebody mentioned the film Tarot, and I thought, oh, I must watch that trailer after this, and forgot, as I do. I'm sure it'd be cheesy, but looks really good if you like horror. I'm going to check it out. I want to be a skinny bitch too, Chris. I worked for Madonna. What? I worked for Madonna. What? I worked for Madonna when I lived in the States. It didn't end well. Let's just say it was a clash of personalities. Cheryl, you've got to tell me this story. Are you on Glide? Can you download the app Glide and let me know in Messenger when you've done it? I need to hear this story. The only time I've come close to somebody like that is when I was in Norway. My friend lives in Norway, as you probably recall. His brother-in-law, Stein, his name was in the music industry, and he really didn't like Madonna. So I kind of sat there listening to this story thinking, but he said that there was a big kind of celebrity music industry type event, like a gala. He said in the minute she walked in with her entourage and everything, he said the energy in the room changed. And I thought, well, that's down to opinion. But he just said that she was very, very difficult to work with. And do you know what? You know, I've loved Madonna for what she stands for and her music and everything else since I was 14 years of age, which next year will be 40 years. No, this year. Gosh, this year is 40 years. But I do know, you know, that old adage about you should never meet your idol. I don't think I'd ever want to meet her because, you know, when you've kind of admired someone for such a long period of time and then you meet them and it's not what you think it would be. So I'd rather just kind of, you know, admire her from a distance. Spill the tea, Cheryl. In capitals. I slept in a sleeping bag on a pavement for a night to buy tickets to see Bowie when I was 15. I still say Bowie, and I know it's Bowie. A great experience, and the show was fantastic. All his shows were, though. Yeah, my both passed away now, actually. My friend Sue, she passed away in 2022. No. 21, May of 2021. And her husband Pete passed away just before Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve. Well, he used to be a coach driver, and he was the coach driver for Derby County Football Club. So you can imagine what his funeral was like. But also he would do celebrities for concerts, things, and he did a Bowie concert once, and he said he was a lovely, lovely man. Because the company he worked for had luxury coaches. You know, you see them kind of turn up, not the ones carrying the equipment and everything, but with the musicians on. Yeah, and he said he was lovely. Thin ice, Chris, thin ice. What? Was it her awful singing that put you off her, Cheryl? Hello, Michelle Ann. Nice to see you. Colour? Have you not seen Evita? I mean, come on. My lips are sealed. I signed an NDA. Much preferred working with the Spice Girls and Bewitched. You signed an NDA to say that you can't say what Madonna's personality was like. Anyway, that doesn't stop me from talking personally one-to-one. Dancer and choreographer. Sometimes it's devastating to meet your idols, fall from grace and all that. Yeah. Sad that Madonna, Barbara, etc. are hard to work with, while male performers are sure of what they want. Yeah, but you know, Madonna's always said, what this, you know, Cheryl is speaking from the perspective of a woman working with a woman, because Madonna's always said that, you know, she's often referred to as a bitch and bossy, but if it was a man, would she still be referred to in that way? Madonna is a smart diva and has done very well for herself. I'm actually watching a documentary on her, and I'm only halfway through it, so it should be in my watch later. And I'm really enjoying it. It's called The True Story of Madonna. I don't know if I can where to, but there, look, The True Story of Madonna. It's 52 minutes, and I'm about 30 minutes in. And that's quite interesting. Goes through all her life and everything, and her brother's talking, and the woman who discovered her, I've forgotten her name now, and she talks very fondly about her, because she said, I felt like she was my daughter, my child, but she cut her dead. Oh, I nearly said her name then. Oh, I forgot it. I know it so well as well. But yeah, and I was watching that and I was thinking, well, I suppose to get the kind of level of fame that she's got to, I guess you do have to be sort of, you must really want it, you know, and people who really want something will stop at nothing, I guess. I've lost my chat now. Where are we? Okay. Do you know, I was going to do, I've got even the, what's it called? Thing at the bottom, the banner set. I was going to do roulette tonight, where we choose a deck, or randomly choose a deck, but we're already after 8 o'clock. I've been a fan of David Bowie 37 years. Yeah, I really like David Bowie, but I must admit, I preferred his earlier stuff. I've got David Bowie playing in my head, actually, because we've been talking about him. You know, like Ziggy Stardust. I really loved that sort of era. Steven Tyler once, and one of his guitar players pulled up and asked for directions once when I was a kid, and we saw him at the grocery store. Chill dude. Yeah, my claim to fame was somebody pulling up at the side of me on a push bike was Boris Johnson in London. Wasn't a moment that I was blown away by, but back in the Stone Age when I was young, I used to see Madge in Danceteria. My gosh, that's in that video that I just showed you, her Danceteria days, and how she got them to play her stuff and then used to perform in Danceteria. You could be in that audience on that video, Calla. Metal Mickey. There's a throwback. I live in Long Island, New York. My son has also on her home right before her 60th birthday party on her home out in the Hamptons. Wow. Can you hear that? That's my tummy rumbling. It's the thought of that beautiful Chinese meal waiting for me. I'd love to have seen Bowie live. Yeah, me too. Oh, Ink Raven Tarot has met Ozzy Osbourne. Isn't that tarot movie about unleashing demons? Probably, Robin, if it's a horror. Is our community going to suffer a backlash from that? More unwanted prejudice, like Ouija board scare? Yeah, possibly. But then I think anybody outside our community, if you mention tarot, they see it as something, every time it's portrayed in films or on TV, the death card always comes up, and it's all doom and gloom, isn't it? She's awful. Who's awful? Don't cry for me, Argentina. Yeah. I saw that film 4 times in the cinema. Let's talk about how Keanu Reeves is so amazing. He doesn't require NDAs. He's supposed to be a really, really nice guy. I often read things about Keanu Reeves and things he's done that nobody's supposed to know about, but they do. She is bossy, but so am I. Fallout was epic. Oh. Cheryl, can I send you a link? Can we get you on now and come and tell us all? Come on, let me send you a link to this live. No pressure. Simon, my son signed NDA 2 plus wouldn't show me any pictures of her home. It's understandable. Yeah, I get it. I get it. One of my first bandmates was in Desperately Seeking Susan with her. Wow. That was I saw that at the cinema. And that was the first time I saw Material Girl, the video, because back then, when I were a lad, when you went to the cinema, you got a documentary film first, and some used to go on for ages. And it's long enough sitting in the cinema, isn't it, for a film? But you'd get this documentary film, then you get Pearl and Dean, ba 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 ba, and then the adverts, and then the usherette would come down, and you go and get your ice cream, your funny feet, and then you'd get the film. But when I went to see Desperately Seeking Susan, they showed Material Girl, the video, and it was amazing on a huge screen. And Gambler, do you remember that song? That was from a film called Vision Quest, I think, which they then later changed the title to Crazy for You, which was the other film song that appeared in it, to cash in on Madonna. But yeah, I went with my school friends to go and see Desperately Seeking Susan. But it's okay if you like her. Well, I'm Satan after all. Women are always called difficult, but men are called assertive. Exactly. Right, where am I up to? Why is it saying welcome to chat? Like I've just come in. Or is that where I did come in after? Okay, no. Ciccone, I grew up in Detroit in the 60s. Know some of them. Yeah. Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone is her full name. A brother sold her out. He sold her out, Christopher Ciccone. Becca, I met men in the industry that were more diva than Madge. It's not a gender thing for me. Yeah, there are divas. We've all got it in us. Let's just gossip, you guys. Yeah, forget the tarot roulette tonight. I still want Cheryl to come on and spill the tea. We're doing the Bowie Tarot next month, Simon. We are. Thank you for the reminder. I hadn't forgot, but I still appreciate the reminder. You should have opened your car door into him, Simon. Who? Who should have voted? Oh, no, I was on... No, the Boris Johnson thing. I was on foot. I wasn't driving then. And I'd gone down to London for a conference. And I was walking between Westminster and Scotland Yard. I don't know what that area is, but you go down. And I didn't know it was him. He'd got his biking helmet on. And as I was walking, he stopped at the lights. So he was at the side of me. And there was two mounted police. Why am I doing that? Two mounted police officers behind him. And one of them said, "Morning, sir." So I looked thinking... And he turned around and went, "Morning." And I thought, oh, it's Boris Johnson. And that's why they were saying morning, sir, too, because he was the mayor of London at the time. And he brought in this cycling thing. But so yeah, I wasn't in a car, I was on foot. I very well could be, Simon. You used to hang out at a party in a lot of my misspent youth. Yeah, check it out. Check the video out. See if you can spot yourself. Really, Vanessa? Did you hear it? I pulled my earbud out because I thought I heard thunder, but it was Simon's tummy. That's unbelievable. Oh, here he is. Evening, gang. Can't stop prepping for my new job, but have fun. Congratulations, Tony. Tony starts a new job on Monday, officially on Monday. Yeah. If it's up to Tony if he wants to tell you what that is. It's not for me to say, but yeah, congratulations, Tony. I was talking about you earlier. I'm glad I didn't miss you because I wasn't looking. I just happened to look up then and saw there was a Facebook chat from the Hermit's Cave Facebook group because I'm simulcasting into there. A more positive movie that's got tarot as part of it is The Gift with Cate Blanchett. Keanu is a bad guy and the whole movie is really good. That's cool. Keanu Reeves is my first celebrity crush and still is. Let's see if there's anything else. Very good. The whole story is based around a card reading, but it spans people and generations that all had this violin at some point. How cool. Anyone seen the film The Gift? It's quite good, and Keanu is in it. We're all talking about Keanu Reeves now. Call Keanu Reeves with his band Dogstar. They were really good. He's such a sweetheart. Saw, not Call. Saw Keanu Reeves with his band Dogstar. Chris, it's a terrific film. Even non-actress Katie Holmes was good. Katie Holmes? Oh, I was thinking of that god-awful Katie Hopkins then. I was like, what's she doing in films? I know you said non-actress, but gosh. I would have sat down next to Keanu on that bench and had a sandwich with him. No. Jennifer says, just turn the radio on. Madonna's playing Cherish. Spooky. Now that's taken the David Bowie's Heroes out of my head, and now I've got Cherish playing in my head. Simon, you need some coconut halves when you ride your horsey. I know, why did I do that? I'm a bit disappointed that Adele seems to become such a diva. Right? I thought I was the only one, Twigger, that thought that, because the thing about Adele was she was so down to earth. So down to earth. And I was like, do you know what? Breath of fresh air. But then I've been hearing loads of stuff about her diva-ish ways, and I'm like, what a shame. What a shame. She's even got from what I understand, Spotify, she refuses to allow Spotify to alter the order of her playlist. So like if you stream like Spotify or whatever, Amazon Music, whatever it is, you can put it on like a random play to play. You can't do that on hers because she refuses for people to do that. I'd like to say, but not told my team I'm leaving yet. Watch this space. Might need a reading. Well, you know, you're always welcome to one. You're always welcome to a reading. Yeah, tell your team first and then we can tell others. But anyway, congratulations and good luck for Monday. Oh no, Liz, I didn't realise you'd mentioned that already. What's that? Missed it. The Gift is a good film. Bill and Ted's. Now I've got Heroes in my head. Now that's just taken out. Cherish. Stop it. You lot are treating me like a jukebox. I feel like you're chucking pennies in and all these songs are coming up. No, we all think that about Adele, and her beloved boyfriend cheats on her like mad. Really? Poor thing. She's in for a rude awakening. Yeah, it's a shame though. It's a shame. Hello, Ben. Nice to see you. I was just about to say, right, well, there's no point doing a time for a roulette now. I'll pull a card and get off and go and get me Chinese food. And then Ben just arrives. Hey, all in chat. Nice to see you, Ben. But I'm going. Heroes is a great song to have in your head. It is a great song to have in your head. Have you seen, what's the film? Is it The Art of Being a Wallflower? Is that what it's called? Where they play heroes and they're in an open top car driving through a tunnel and Heroes comes on. It's an amazing part of the film. Couldn't find the 5-star gold in HMV. Gutted. Are you sure it's 5-star? Because when you said it, I thought, I don't think 5-star had that many hits in the 80s to have a 3-disc CD. What you pulling from today, Simon? Alejandro's new deck. I can do. I can pull from Alejandro's new deck. Heroes was my best friend's first dance song. That's nice. Oh my God, I brought David Bowie Heroes album today. How weird. No, we've been talking about David Bowie and Heroes for a while. That is weird. You've had a lot of synchronicities at the moment. But just before I pull from Alejandro's deck, then I just want to have a look and see if there is a 5-star deluxe. 5-star deluxe CD. The collection. There's 5 stars greatest hits, and then there's the collection. Let's have a look at that. Did it say how many? 2 discs. So that one, and it's 2 discs. So there's 20 songs and 14 songs. Oh, with every heartbeat. The slightest touch. Oh, it's taking me back. So there's that. That's the only one I can see. Oh, what's that one though? 5-star deluxe edition. Is it that one? How many? That's still 2 discs. 14 and 13. So you get more on the other one. But they've got all different mixes. So dub mix, 7-inch raw, US radio version, extended mix. So there's quite a few out there. But anyway, got me down the 5-star route. All this talk of David Bowie has me wanting to revisit the Starman Tarot. Well, like Chris said, on, is it 8th of March? Is it the 8th of March? I think it was, wasn't it? Chris and I will be doing a throwback Thursday on Starman Tarot. You'll have to let me know if you find it then, Ben. Magic 8 Ball for my birthday. I haven't seen the Starman Tarot, says Tricia. Right, where's Alejandro's deck? There we go. This deck. Oh, I love it so much. It's so cool. Look at the backs. The roses and lilies, but in black and white. So this is available from Artisan Tarot, who do an amazing card stock. It is a mashup of RWS, but the wood block style of Marseille. Colours are beautiful. And you can see that, you know, for the wands, it's the Marseille style wands. It's just everything. That's such a nice deck. Artisan does a wonderful job on their stuff. They really do. Takes me right back to my youth club days. 5-star playing while we were drunk on White Lightning. Yeah. We used to have Funky Fives because it was sponsored by Bananas. Fives Bananas. Funky Fives. Under 16s disco at the Oxford restaurant. We felt so grown up. My parents had their wedding reception at the Oxford restaurant. Well, my mum and stepdad. We used to go to the shop. They were very dodgy back then. I never smoked, but like the kids in school would go and buy single cigarettes for 10p from this guy in this shop. But he knew we were school kids because he'd see us go in the daytime with our school uniform on and buy sweets. And then at night times, before the Funky Fives disco, under 16s disco, would go in and buy 2 litres of cider, sit on the school field and drink it, and then walk into town and go to the disco. But one song that always takes me straight back to that disco, it used to be on a Tuesday night as well. And you'd have school next day, and there was always some drama. Somebody copped off, and then you was at school next day saying, "You'll never guess who copped off last night." One song that always takes me straight back to that disco is Diana Ross's Chain Reaction. It was played all the time. Then they used to have a Motown hour because there was loads of mods that used to go to our school, so Motown was a big thing. But yeah, whenever Chain Reaction comes on, I'm 15, I'm drunk on cheap cider, and I'm dancing at the Funky Fives under 16s disco. I was buttered when I turned 16. Wasn't able to go anymore. I love a good Diana Ross song. Okay. Oh, so we've got a major. We've got the Chariot. Wow. So our message for the week then: harness that that fighting spirit. I think really, and I always try not to. I always try and do this for the collective and not make it personal. But I've got quite a few things coming up this week that I'm going to have to take the reins of and kind of get that inner resolve. So if that resonates for some of you as well, yeah, harness that that fighting spirit, have that gritty determination to achieve what it is that you want to achieve this week. I don't know if people kind of make plans for the week ahead, or sometimes we just know what's coming up anyway in the week forward, but it's really important to stay on track, to not be pulled in different directions. Keep an eye single on your goal, and get that kind of resolve to get to the point that you need to get to this week. Remember also that conflict could come from an internal perspective as well. It's not always external factors that push us off track. Sometimes it's our own kind of internal dialogues that we have with ourselves, or our own weak will, or whatever it is. Or sometimes it's just procrastination, isn't it? Like, oh, I'll do that, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, whatever. But if you've got a goal in mind this week, then you need that gritty determination and harness that fighting spirit, and you'll see it through. You can do it, Simon. I have to. I have to this week. I really do. Mia says, me too. Be determined this coming week to win the challenges. Exactly. Keep the ADHD under control. Yeah. Favorite Madonna song, You'll See and Live to Tell. Live to Tell used to be my least favorite Madonna song. It always felt like it was finished and then it goes again. And it's a bit sort of like, oh, come on. Crazy for You is my favorite ballad of hers. You'll See is brilliant. That is a beautiful song. Is that on Bedtime Stories? I think it is, isn't it? The album. But Crazy for You. Oh, what a beautiful song. Beautiful ballad. Back in the saddle again, says Butterfly. Absolutely. All right, everyone. It's been lovely to hang out. I know we've not done any sort of anything other than just have a chin wag tonight, but I think sometimes that's needed. I'll have to tell you about my Open Your Heart experience, Ben. I've got a story that goes with that. Felix Howard was the young boy that was in that, and he won a competition to be in that from the tube that I entered. I could have been in that video. Me and 10 million others. But anyway, yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. It's been lovely to hang out with you all. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will be back in the week. I might show my fountain pen, or I might just show it next Saturday, actually, rather than just do a video about it. And yeah, I've put a video up of the pie of panda. Do check that out. It's a cool concept. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.